What a pile of rubbish. Welcome back. Yes, how dare I infiltrate, how dare I try and stream off Streamlabs, goodness me. Intermediate tires for Duke and Gordo. It is absolutely raining cats and dogs out there. Nameless pole position for the third time of his career, or fourth, I can't remember now. I dare not touch this contraption in front of me. Filippi alongside him on row one, both on wet tires. Duke in third position. May ran off in fourth position. And so basically both the RBs on the second row. Camaro fifth, Hings in sixth. Kian's got a lot of work to do in seventh position. That's not a good omen for Kiki, and I think the Kiki will be looking a bit concerned now. In eighth position, having troubles with wet last time out. Riley in ninth position, Gordo in 10th, Vittoria 11th. In 12th position is Raging Bull with Vessia 13th, Beat Him 14th, Nigel 15th, Reflection 16th, Irvine, Kaidal 4th, and Marsky. One job. It's not my fault. It's this bloody contraption in front of me. Gosh, yeah, it absolutely froze as soon as I tried to turn the, as soon as I tried to get our second advert on. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. 3-5, lights are on then. There's a pause. And we are go here in Belgium, and look at the rain. It is absolutely raining cats and dogs out there as we go into turn one. Flippy on the inside, on the outside then, Nameless takes the lead, then Flippy alongside him there. Flippy wants that to win, but there's yellow flags in the background. Irvine's dropped down to the back of the field. And look at the top two, and there's our cars off in the background. I'm not sure what about the intermediate runners. Gordo's already down 3 for the steps. We go over the brow of the hill, and Flippy then is almost, goodness me, I thought he's disappearing there. Look at this, and here comes Kian, who's up into 6th position already. Then they come up to the top of Lake Com. Contact between the two cars, and Flippy tries to take the lead. And goodness me, then as they somehow get through Lake Com there. My golly gosh, and that's incredible stuff indeed there. Vessier's up 2 positions while Gordo's dropped down 3. The other intermediate runner of Duke is doing a good job in 3rd position at the moment, but my goodness gracious me. Wow, going out of the corner of no name, something down into. Sorry, I read the serious person's comment there. To be honest, I did get it working. Mushroom! Oh my goodness me! As oh man, Flippy into the. I think the Flippy's got the ascendancy at the moment. We're back on board. The kick Sauber. He wants that Grand Prix win back. Does he? Riley's had a horror show. Down 7 positions there, unfortunately for Riley. What about the Duke? Nigel's up and down as well. Nigel's dropped down into 19th position sadly as well. Down 7 is Riley. 3 is Marsky. 3 is Tory. 6 is Farfair, but Farf has a fantastic start line, doesn't he? Goodness me. I reckon he's got launch control on his car, to be fair. Of course, Alpine used to be Renault, had absolutely fantastic launch control back in yesteryear, 2003, 4 and 5. Nameless said who leads the way. 2nd position is Flippy. In 3rd position is Duke on intermediate tires. Is that a stroke of genius? I reckon it is, because he is hanging with the top 2 at the moment, is the Duke. As we have got Vessia, and we've also got, oh gosh, we've got the 2 Williamses together once again. Of course, Williams fans, close your eyes, gentlemen and lasses, because this could get very fraught indeed. Oh, Vessia, has he lost a bit of the front wing now? He may have done. Yellow flags that says issues, and what's happened? And unfortunately, Mr. Ranger Ball has gone round. Did I miss something there? I probably did, but I'm just looking at Riley's front right there. Sorry, not Riley, Vessia's front right there as they come through. Oh, Rouge. Now look at the there's a McLaren, there's a Ferrari. I'm looking for. Oh, there's a Mercedes scampering up the circle at the top of the hill. Look at the umbrellas. That's horror show umbrellas, isn't it? Goodness me. I think that we need a bit of branding in. I think we need an ALR umbrella. Vessia's going to drop down to 10th now because Kiki on the inside. Not quite. Vessia has damage. He does have damage. That's what we was looking for. Keying up 2 positions out back at the front. So at the moment then, the intermediate tyres is probably the preferred tyre to be on. There is less land to sea ratio, isn't it? Is that Martin Brendel says. Farford's up 9 positions out. Farford trying to force Kiki off the circuit there, but Kiki is going to not have any of it. Then Farford trying to play a bit of dodgems there. Farford's getting his elbows out there, strong arming Kiki, but Kiki is going to have to yield the position there. Is Kiki, because I think that Kiki knows that Farf used to be a bare knuckle fighter. Gordo on the outside of Kiki as well. That's a great manoeuvre from Gordo, but Kiki once again, like in Silverstone, does not have the pace in the rain then. We do not know how long this rain's going to be there for. Well, I certainly don't. I think that the drivers probably do, but I haven't said that. Every time I get a wet weather thing on the radar, I have no idea how to read it anymore. It's completely different. Apparently, it's never right, according to the drivers I'm sat with. Here's Flippy again, and here is Flippy. He's going for him, Blanchimont. Has he done it? Yes! He takes the lead there as Nameless is off the circuit. And, of course, I think it's best to be off the racing line in these conditions because you have more grip, don't you? Of course, in these wet weather conditions, the rubber that was laid down in qualifying and potentially practice as well, then, of course, you probably want to avoid that as best you can. Flippy has set the fastest of the race on lap 3 out of 22 in this Grand Prix. Oh, my goodness, gracious me, going into last source. As we got to Jay Hings getting past Camera Racer going wide. Vessier, I think, is going to struggle. And one of the two Williamses might help each other out there. It hasn't well, I'd say it hasn't happened this year. It did happen for a time being in Japan, but then that completely disappeared, didn't it? Far with the lobby launch glitch again. Absolutely. Of course, that's why the admins have to host, you see. And look at this end. And Kiki, wow, this is great stuff indeed there. And you can see that's fantastic. Camera work, if I do say so myself. Up to Lecom! Geeky there breaking a bit earlier there, and I think that otherwise he would have gone to the side of Tory. Look at the rain, it's coming horizontally here in the Ardennes Forest. Oh, Kiki! Oh, and the Ferrari of Gordon, that is just unlucky there for Kiki. He did a Fernando Alonso almost there, but of course, unlike Fernando Alonso, Kiki kept it out of the wall. Back in 2010, there's contact. And I think that I'm not sure if that is desyncing or something like that, but that looked a bit of an odd contact, to be honest. And Gordon on the intermediate tyres at the moment there. As you can see, oh, Gordon then almost going into Narnia there. I think the Cirrus Mushroom lives down there somewhere. But the Ferrari driver there is now back into 50th position there, but it is doing a bit of Matrix-style glitch there. Then. Maybe a bit of, is her name Penelope out of Wreck-It Ralph? I don't know. Back on board with Vessier, who has not let his teammate through at the moment now. I'm wondering if that damage down the front wing, is that going to be major in these conditions there? I don't know. Which is not very, this is not what you want to hear, is it there? As I come through Blanchimont once again as well. Flippy leads, and Flippy is starting to stretch away ever so slightly. No DRS then, which is probably, Farf's got a 3-second penalty. Let me get the graphics back. Come on, Sean, sort yourself out. Out of the final turn then, out of the bus stop chicane now. So Flippy leads the race then. Nameless in second. No DRS in these conditions at the moment, and DRS will be enabled once it is deemed safe by the stewards then. I think that, look, the rain has eased off now, so anyone on intermediate tyres, I think is going to be grinning. But when is the crossover? Oh, as Vessier and Camera Racer then, goodness gracious me, as Camera Racer giving Vessier a lovely bit of a track whip there then, as Kiki target acquired then for says Cirrus Mushroom. Kiki down in 13th position at the moment, sadly then, as wet weather is not Kiki's strongest attribute at the moment then. Give Riley up into 10th position then. Vessier, even with that wing damage, doing a good job. Who's that scampering off? That's Riley then, who's got off the circuit and using the escape route there, and Riley there is come back on just in front of Reflections. Unfortunately though for Reflections, unfortunately though for Riley I should say, then Farf has got past then as undertaking base of action. Look at the intermediate shot runners now. Gordo in 15th position there. Gordo though has been a bit unlucky so far in this Grand Prix. Sorry. I was dribbling. That is disgusting, Sean. Flippy leads. Second is Nameless. Good Dugan for a position. Look, the top three is now 2 seconds in front of 2 seconds in front then of May ran off in a 4th position then, who is kind of on his lonesome there. And then in 5th position is Kian there, but Kian there is dropping back from the RB car, and then his teammate is right on his gearbox as well. Vessier is now in 7th, 8th is Cameron, 9th is Tory, great job from Tory. 10th position is Farfa, the only driver with penalty so far. No, I've actually recovered from my slip on that serious version, but it was a very dangerous condition to have. And Tory's got a penalty there. Sadly, that's commentator's curse there, as Gordo is looking very intent on getting past the Aston Martin, but not at this moment in time. Jay Hings is in the pits. Who else in the pits? We got drivers in the pits. So I reckon that the driver starting in the intermediate tired is absolutely fantastic. Interstyle, says Alexander, and goodness me. So Gordo and Duke have got themselves saved themselves a pit stop here. This is going to be fantastic. fantastic, incredible, inspired strategical calls there, believe it or not, from the Ferrari and the RB teams. And as now as we're on board with Nameless and as he's trying to go side by side, look at that. Knowles, he can see that straight away, and he can see that there's a dry line forming around Spa. Jay Hings, Farf, Riley, Kiki, and Nigel. Sadly, the McLaren drivers had to queue. Whether that is going to help or hinder them later on remains to be seen in terms of the amount of time that they lost, that Nigel lost there when he had to pit. Irvine, as Nameless has dropped out, Nameless has lost out, because look, here comes Duke. He is through and up into second position now. Duke is absolutely loving these conditions, and Gordo is also flying through the field, and he passes Reflections. Reflections trying to go back up. No, not quite, because he hasn't got the tyres anymore. The golden rule, as Martin Brundle said in Australia countless times, be on the right tyre at the right time. And the wet tyres may have been right for the beginning of this race, but now lap 4, lap 3, lap 4, it's all of a sudden they've changed. The crossover has come, and now the drivers are going to jump on from the wet side to the intermediate tyres. What is Jay Hings, Farf, Riley, Kiki, and Nigel going to be able to look at the speed difference there on the outside of Blanchemont here? And yes, the Duke takes the lead, gets past Flippy. Flippy there, of course, won the British Grand Prix on track last week there, but unfortunately, didn't go too well as Flippy and they've stayed out. Nameless has stayed out as well. Camera Race has got a 3-second penalty. I'm surprised they didn't jump in this lap. May ran off is also on Winnipeg trying to get onto the intermediate tyres and potentially try and get to the end of the race. Gordon now up to ninth finish. We've got more pit stoppers. Kian, the man who is third in the World Championship, could be crucial. Gordo has now set the fastest lap of the race set. We'll keep an eye on and see where the Mercedes and the Haas and the second Ferrari of Irvine comes out of the pits now. But I must say that I feel that the reason why a lot of drivers stayed out, because they couldn't try and get to the end on the intermediate tyres. The intermediate tyres and the dry tyres are a completely different kettle of fish, obviously, because the intermediate tyres have grooves in, and they will struggle to get to the end, I think, from here on in. Then anyone who started on the intermediate tyres will probably have to pit again then, and anyone who's just pit on the intermediate tyres is going to have to pit again, I believe, as well. So Kian has come out in front. Kian's come out in front of Jay Hings. Farf Riley, Kiki. Camro's dropped behind him, sadly. Reflections as Riley has got past Farf. Where is he? There he is. Riley now passes Farf and moves himself up into 14th position there. What action-packed start then. Duke and Gordo, Soupy Thing has got this then. They certainly haven't, but the question is whether they can get to the end of the race then. They've all got to stop for a serious mushroom, so all of them have still got to stop one more time in this race. It depends on the weather transition in this race. The rain may dissipate completely, and we could have dry tyres, a dry track fairly soon. Here's Gordo back on circuit now. Gordo is a strong drive so far. Gordo's had a horror show of a season, sadly, for the Ferrari driver, but an inspired choice there. Tori, thank goodness gracious me, he's like Rex wrestling an octopus there, coming out of Paul Frere. Here comes Gordo now. He's got on the inside of Blanchemont there and takes the position up into 7th now as he flies past. Incredible camera, love it. Coming up to the bus stop chicane then, and Doping Tori is got the equipment there to fight for the job. Then Duke has had the pass. I'm surprised that Duke hasn't into the pits. Now comes Tory. I'm surprised that the Duke hasn't got past Flippy yet and just sailed off into the distance. So it was great driving there from Flippy. May ran off then, still in third position. Gordo has now been to 4th. Nameless is in the pits now then, the former race leader then, so he's in and out. Where's he going? Is he going to come out in front of that gaggle of cars? He is indeed. That is crucial and just shows the advantage that they had, and also how well that the top 3 were doing on the wet tyres. Duke has has lost the lead there, because it is now Duke who leads there with Flippy in second position. Put that the other way around, then you'll get the correct statement. As Flippy tried to have a go there. So Nameless is out there 3 seconds in front of Kian then. So Kian, I think, is now up into a de facto 4th position potentially, but not for long, because here comes Jay Hings there and blasts past his teammate and up into 7th position there. There he goes then. So impressively, Kiki getting past Farf down in 11th position. I don't think Farf is going to take that line down, is he? So I think the Farf might come back at him in just a minute. I think so. The drier the conditions get, the better and happier the Kiki will be. So Nameless, I think it's just the conditions of perfection. But even so, as Serious Motion said, they've still got to stop. And even though Nameless has got an extra 2-3 laps there, he's still going to have to stop surely, unless he can really take care of those tires. Even as Tori's got another penalty, and that's 3 seconds there, that's going to hurt Tori, I think. Then Flippy might wait for slick tires, says Serious Mushroom there. Goodness gracious me, then I think that might be a step too far. But says this man in his chair. But he's lost. Look at how much time he's lost, and I don't think that's going to be feasible, is it? Surely not. However, that'll be one stop less, and that's about 20 seconds. I'll be saving 20 seconds there, so it could be done. It could be done. Of course, do not rule anything out here, then, because we all know how wrong I have been over the years in this business. On board Favre now, look at how much time Vescher's lost. Vescher was in front of Favre, but Vescher had to change his nose cone. I'm sure he did when Williams was servicing his car. Kian still struggling for pace. R2B has come into the pits now for the Aston Martin. His teammate has gone through. Where's R2B? He's going to drop down a few positions, but we'll have a tyre advantage towards the end of the stint if we're going to have a stint now. Kiki is now starting to light up the track. There he is, and Kiki's 1 lap pace has never been questioned, but race trivia has been a bit, it's not been ideal, has it, for Kiki? And then now we've also got Riley, who is now putting Kian under pressure as well. Kian there has really lost a lot of pace in the last race or two, hasn't he? Struggling in Silverstone, struggling here tonight as well. It may be Kian, like Kiki's Achilles heel is the rain, and look at this, and as Kian is trying to defend from Riley. Riley's going to be too far back at the moment, but look how quickly the track is drying out there. It is now transitioned into light rain, and I do feel then that the rate that the track is drying, this could potentially, as Tori is fighting with reflections here. Tori up into 12th for this step, but reflection stayed on the outside. He has the drier racer line, but Tori has the inside line, and goodness me, and going on the inside is Tori, and takes a bit of grass there, just to get himself through. And there he goes, up into the 12th position now is Tori. Reflection down the 13th with Marsky, who is also now all over the back. Goodness me, going to the Puyog here. Oh my gosh, look at that. The track is drying out quite quickly here. We could be on slick tyres then. Nah, it was my 90 Strats coming out then, says Serious Mushroom. To be honest, my 90 strategy on this track was that you didn't used to get any penalties on F1 97, so I used to cut the bus stop chicane. But of course, I didn't say that, which obviously I did, because we're even recording for that as well. If Streamlabs ever works, because I'm shaking my fist at this contraption. Back on board now. Yeah, yellow flag. What's happened? There's a McLaren. Oh no, it's Nigel off the circuit. And unfortunately for Nigel, then it's just been a nightmare season, hasn't it, for the McLaren driver? And Nameless has set the fast up the race set. I'm going to be honest, Mushroom. Actually, there was me saying that ain't going to happen. If drivers like trying to get what's happened. Now there's more debris coming off of someone, and Vesser might need a new front wing if he ain't careful again. Then Marsky dropping down into 40 position. I'm wondering then if Serious Mushroom's actually hit this nail on the head as Marsky's going up the inside, passes have reflections into La Source. But look at how dry the track is becoming here. And I'm wondering if Flippy may run off there on the wet tyre still, and Gordo's all over the back now of may run off. But I'm wondering if those drivers are going to try and get to slick tyres, as Serious Mushroom said, because it's getting very dry out there now. On board with Vessier here. I think DRS is going to be enabled in the not too distant future. And now here comes Vessier on the outside into Lake Cobb. Oh, going into the back of Vessia. Going into the back of Reflection, let's say then. And Reflection somehow repels the attack from R2B. And R2B is now going to have to defend there from the Aston Martin. And my goodness me. And up the inside, goodness me. And through Vessia goes it. Up in 260 finish there. Reflection's gone wide. Vessia's going it's going to go on the outside. Wow. Amazing stuff there from Vessia. Great driving. Hats off for that. That is a brilliant bit of car control and race etiquette there from Vessia. Really impressive. I'm the 14th position there for Vessia. They're showing some speed there. On board of Farfoo, who's also showing some speed there, coming from near the back of the field. Serious Mushroom, impressive if he does. Then, of course, there with May Ranoff, who is now dropped behind Gordo, and Flippy that is out 3 seconds. Only 3 seconds of drift of Duke. That's impressive stuff. The top 4 has not pitted yet because the Gordo and Duke started on the intermediate tyres. May Ranoff and Flippy started on the wet tyres. The wet runners, look at that. The track is almost dry. That is surely going to be time for dry tyres in the not so distant future. Nameless has set another fast off racer. He's absolutely flying out there at the moment, isn't he? Nameless says, look at these gaggle of cars. It is actually head up by the 2 Red Bull drivers at the moment. No DRS yet, but I am expecting DRS there to come into effect in the not too distant future. We've seen how powerful it was last night. Out of last source set, and Kian there is going to be all over his gearbox with his teammate. Are on board with the bronze world champion and coming through Eau Rouge and Radion there, and that Jay Hinks there almost losing the top of Radion. And now here comes Kian then, and going side by side then, and gotta say the speed difference between Jay Hinks and Kian there compared to the other lap there was completely different. That one, it was very much quite close together, weren't they? And Camera Racer also being involved in this battle as well. Them Inters going to be going off on the front runners, I should think, then, says Serious Mushroom, as they have done about 10 laps, haven't they? Reflections and R2 Beat then are renewing hostilities at the top of the hill, and R2 Beat is lost out there. Reflections down into 50, up into 50th position, I should say. Back at this battle here, and look at that then. The track is almost dry everywhere. It is certainly, it's far, getting very cozy in the back of Kiki's rear posterior there. Goodness gracious me, gentlemen, we're not even after the watershed yet. But the 2 Red Bulls are certainly the stopgap here at the moment. And I think the Farf and Kiki losing out. Farf is really keen to get past here at the Fanya chicane there, but Kiki slamming the door shut on Farf's toes there. Farf, of course, who is very much clean as a whistle now, so I'm wondering if that's going to help him coming out to Paul Frere and Stavilo. Not quite then. And is the 2 Red Bulls will now come through. Marsky has got past, and Tori's lost out. Tori's had an issue there, sadly, coming out to Stavilo. And here comes Marsky, who's going to have to get the fence out because Vestier is flying. There he is. Vestier's on the outside here. Wow, that's going to be incredible. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. There they both in the wall. Vestier is in the wall. That's a huge smash. That's surely going to be a safety car. It is a safety car. That is horrendous there. Luciano Berti and Eddie Irvine crashed there very similarly in the 2001 race around here. And, of course, that was a red flag, but it's a safety car. And now, what is this going to do then for strategy? But Marsky's in the pits there, as Vessier is going to be absolutely furious, as is Marsky. Driver 2 is on the ascendancy in this one, but that is not ideal at all. So safety car up distance, this is perfect, isn't it, for anyone who wants to. And Tori's on the medium tyres. I'm surprised to see the dry tyres just yet, because I feel that the track is not there just yet, as the 2 Red Bulls are overtaking each other for some reason. Marsky's on fresh intermediate tyres. No one else has gone on to the slick tyres just yet. And no, I tell a lie, as it is it's Kaidal on the medium tyres. And Nigel has elected to stay out. Well, Nigel has there, but I wonder if Nigel is trying to time it. So, oh no, and Kian has got a 10-second penalty. I think he was trying to let his teammate through. Cheers, Mushroom. That was silly. Of course, we have had big crashes around them before. I'm sure in F2 or GP2 it was called. They had a humongous smash there as well, didn't they, in 2015? I can't remember who it was. But Vestier is going to be absolutely furious, I'm sure about that. I don't think Marcy's going to be too impressed either. So the wet weather tired runners then, and look at that, the track is almost dry. You may not be able to see it on the stream very well, but the track is literally bone dry. So maybe the medium tyres, or maybe the dry tyres are a good idea after all. Here is Tori now, Cole said as drive-through penalty. Oh no, Kaidal is got a drive-through penalty. I wonder if he was just trying to warm up those tyres, because it's going to be very difficult to get those tyres up to temperature. And I think that Kaidal was more concerned about tyre temperature rather than the delta, and that is going to be a drive-through penalty when the safety car comes in. So Duke is in. So this is the first stop for Duke and Gordo. Of course, Duke and Gordo were 2 drivers that started on the slick tire, the intermediate tyres. Incredible strategical call. So this is their first pit stop, as it is for Flippy as well. Mayran falls from the pits. Nameless is going to retake the lead. Then into the pits there, and intermediate tyres there for Duke. I'm going to be honest, I reckon that Gordo has rolled the dice then, so Gordo is having none of it. He is going on the medium tyres, as is Flippy. Golly gosh, this is incredible. Too early for medium, says Serious Mushroom there. And goodness gracious me then. So Gordo then, who got a tyre gamble right at the beginning of the race. So we're going to call him Marcus Winkelhock, I think, there for Gordo, doing a great job. Back in, if anyone remembers the European Grand Prix 2007. If you don't, I am very sad. Looks wet to me, but then again, I've got my glasses on. Yeah, same, says Gina then. As look, but there's a lot of drivers on the wet tyres there. It stopped raining. Oh my word, it stopped raining. Look at the heat haze and the chemistry. That is water going back up into the sky, according to science. Nameless said, Elite said, with Duke in second position. Haven't said that. I was with you guys. I thought it was too early. Now, all of a sudden, everyone is on dry tyres apart from Jay Hings, Duke, and Nameless. Marsky into the pits as well in the background there, as goodness me, now onto the medium tyres. Hard tyres has gone on for Mr. Raging Bull. Soft tyres for Farfar, goodness me. Nigel's still out there with a broken wing, so I think that Nigel is waiting to see what the conditions are going to do. It's dry tyres at the moment, but do you go on into us and have a pit in a lap or two then, says Jenner. Nah, it's slick, says Serious Russia there. It's changed completely in the last lap or two, hasn't it? My word. And Duke's incredible. This is a horror show for the championship leader. Flippy then, of course, would be very disappointed after Silverstone, but goodness me, this is an incredible turn of events then. Got a great drive so far. My drive of the day. Jay Hings then. This is a horror show for the Constructors Champions of Red Bull. And where's the other Red Bull? Down in 11th for this there. So both Red Bulls have also been stung here. And Dylan, who's probably enjoying himself somewhere, is going to also probably be enjoying this race as well, because Dylan not here tonight, but both his championship rivals are in a bit of peril now, aren't they? Because, of course, with the drivers catch up, so if Nameless and Duke and Jay Hings comes into the pits now, they'll drop down a lot of positions there. At the moment, Kean out of the points as well, as it stands there, is Mr. Raging Bull then trying to get some tires then. Duke should pit now and change then, says Jidder then. We've got Nigel who's on the intermediate tyres as well, but I think that Nigel is waiting now. I think he'll be in this lap then, to be honest then. So I think the Nameless is going to fall right to the back of the Crocodile. He might even be behind Reflection, not to the right, to the back. Yes, they're all in the pits now then, so yes, they are in the pits. And Kean has left for session. Oh no, Kean, the bronze champion, it's not going well at all tonight. They're technical gremlins. So Nameless said, who's added an inspired strategical call there. And I'll go soft, says Serious Merchant there. What tyres had Farfez? It isn't soft tyres for Nameless then. So we've also got the second Red Bull then. And I think that actually, yes, he's going to be behind both the Haas cars. Well, this is, but he does have the soft tyres then, doesn't he? Nameless on the soft tyres. Also Duke, who's gone soft as well, with just 9 laps to go in this race. Oh, Duke almost into the wall there. Marsky staying on the hard tyres. Jay Hings on medium. Jay Hings gone hard tyres, as has Nigel as well. I don't think McLaren have changed his front wing, so I think that Nigel is going to be pretty upset with that. And I must say, if it doesn't rain, it absolutely pours for Nigel, doesn't it? That's a shame. Can't get temperature into these at all, says Gordo. So Gordo is not feeling too happy there in second position there. But Gordo, what a drive so far. They don't last long, though, says Serious Mership. So they should get to share from here. Someone did Knowles do non-stop strategy? Non-stop strategy. No, that's my strategy tomorrow. Did Knowles do 9 stops on the soft tyres last night? Potentially, but I must admit I've been asleep since then. He'll do 10 laps, but we'll be about 75% of tyre wear. Let's go through the grid. So soft tyres for Farfar, who's now in the 5th position. Soft tyres for Nameless and the Duke. Hard tyres for Mr. Raging Bull, Jay Hings and Nigel. If the safety car stays out again, I'm wondering if he's on the hard tyres, I'll jump to the mediums or soft. Surely that has to be the case now. So Flippy leads this race. And second position is Gordo. What a drive from Gordo. Nailed the strategical course. Oh no! And Kiki is off the circuit. Sadly, he cannot regain his positions either, because he was off the circuit stationary at a very slow pace. And Kiki, I hope he hasn't got damage. He's allowed to overtake those 2 drivers. That's not ideal for Duke, who was very much right behind Nameless. But as Kiki got damaged there, let's hopefully we'll have a front-on shot then, as Camera Racer and Kian is such what position. Kiki has... Oh, Kiki off again. There's something wrong there. Of course, we heard about Percy having issues with his technical issues last night as well. So I'm wondering if Kiki's got something similar going on. Lap 13 of this race. Oh, someone just teleported there, wasn't it? So, I was just looking down because I was wondering where my slippers have gone. And sadly, in all my excitement, I've somehow kicked them all the way over there, which means my tootsie toes are a bit brisk now. I'm not sure if it's going to be as brisk as the Ardennes Forest today. We've had all seasons. We've had monsoon. We've had a bit of drizzle. And now we have got overcast skies out there. Kiki will get disqualified, says Serious Mushroom. Hopefully not then. The final turn then. So with Flippy lead. Second is Gordo. May ran off in third position. Then Riley in fourth. Farf all over the gearbox. Farf is going to be a man possessed then, isn't he? When isn't he? Especially as he's cleaned his toes as well after his bath earlier. And Farfair is going to be licking his chops and he's trying to have a sniff up and under already. And he's already through, passes Riley. And this next target is going to be Mayron off as well. Farf is on course for a podium, who's been a pretty disappointing season for Farf in the last two seasons in 2024. I don't think he's like this game, to be honest. And now over the brow of the hill, that's a Mercedes has gone very wide. I think that was Camaro. Here comes Farf, and Kardal's got 3-second penalty warning. And look, for some reason, Mayranov is harvesting already there. That's not ideal. And Kiki has got problems again. And the McLaren drivers that are both at the back of the field. Mr. Raging Bull dropping down into 12th position. Maybe those tyres might be at a better rate. Look at Gordo, who struggled for tyre temperature under the safety car. It's all over the gearbox of Flippy now. Like a rash. They're coming out to the corner with no name then. So Gordo is really putting the pressure on Flippy, who's yet to win a Grand Prix. Gordo has won a Grand Prix in silver, and is also the 100% champion as well from a few seasons ago. So Gordo has a lot of credentials. Mr. Ranger Bull is lost in their position now to Nameless, who's going to try and come back through the field. As it stands at the moment, Nameless will still lead the championship then, but what was transpiring to be a very controlled race there. The weather, the Mother Nature has gone against Nameless tonight there, and he's going to have to do some fighting there. Both McLarens unfortunately fighting at the wrong end of the field. They're both at the back there. Mr. Raging Bull has lost out again. Two more positions there, this time to Kaidal and to Duke then. And that's unfortunate back here then. And now Farfu had a good start then into this lap then. Unfortunately dropped down the order, and Duke is now through past Kaidal, going through Blanchemont. Where is he? There they are. And now look at this, and here comes Mr. Raging Bull going past them. Nameless's pass reflected as well. Oh my word then. And going up the inside, then Kaidal down to 50th position. Kaidal's in the pits, so problems there for the Haas car. That's a shame for Kaidal, who could have got some points here today into last source. Oh, DRS led. Here comes Gordo again. Gordo is flying, and Gordo is in inspired form now. There is Farf as well. Two drivers who've had an appalling season. And now here comes Gordo, and he's all over the gearbox now. And he's going to go for it. Then Flippy is going to be able to defend it. They're going side by side. Gordo takes the lead at the Belgian Grand Prix at the top of Lake Hom. He's done it, and the second Ferrari's got past Tori as well, and up into 9th position. Absolutely incredible then. Flippy down into 2nd position now, and here comes Farfair. Wasn't able to get through. Farfair giving Mayran off there a bit of a nudge there to try and get a move on. There's contact. Farfair getting a bit too ogre, a bit too eager, and that's Mayranov dropping down the order, sadly. And I don't think Mayranov is going to be too impressed with that at all. Farf dropping down to 5th position there, and Camera up into 4th, and Riley is down to a superb 3rd position there, flying the flag for Alpine tonight, doing a great job. Who is it? Is Riley. Kia now passes Farf. Oh no! And into my goodness me! And Farf is made contact with Kian as well. Kian is also scampering off the circuit. And Tori! Oh, and more contact there. There's Tori trying to sneak up and under. My goodness gracious me. Oh dear, what an action-packed restart to this Belgian Grand Prix. Gordo trying to escape out of the clutches of Flippy. On board with Flippy now. Riley has never won a Grand Prix either. Goodness gracious me, we've got a very new feel at the top of the order, haven't we? As Camera Racer is now also is also starting to sniff a podium here, but he does have penalties. But he is the fastest driver on the circuit, and you can see that with the fastest lap graphic that has come up there into the up there on the on the screen there. That would do, wouldn't it? Now here's Flippy then, and Flippy is now starting to get into the slipstream as well. They're on board now. Flippy come through. Oh, Rouge and Radion now. He is going to be a major problem now for Gordo, and this might be a bit of yo-yo effect then. I am saying nothing, says Serious Passion as we come up to the top of Lake Hom. Flippy's back through, and now as you can see, we've got a bit of sunshine we've had all seasons here. And look at this, and that's Kian. Kian is through. Is he? Yes, he's done it. Then Kian has passed Mayranov. Mayranov is going to be feeling a bit unhappy about the incident that happened down here just a lap ago. Tori in 9th position doing a great job. Nameless hasn't gone through the field as quickly as I would have thought. Same with Duke as well, both on soft tyres. I know soft tyres starting to fall off the cliff now at this stage there. Oh my goodness me, I thought those soft tyres was going to come through quite quickly. Maybe the medium tyres are the quicker tyre to be on. Farf has got a 3-second penalty, as and so is Tori as well. Those two drivers are going to be very disappointed with that, because that is going to drop them out of the points as it stands with 6 laps to go. There's still a lot more twists and turns in this race. But I gotta say, with how close the field is at the moment, I feel that both drivers will be out of the points. Oh, Camera Racer almost off the circuit. I think he was, to be honest. As here comes Tori now on board now with the Alpine drive, of course, stepping in for Dylan tonight. Then, and look at this, and look at the slipstream effect. They're going through Blanchimont. There is a lot of debris coming off of the curb on the inside there. Mediums are a better race tyre set Serious Mushroom, and it is starting to really come into effect now, isn't it? So the soft shod runners are starting to struggle now. And you can see Farf is now about 8/10 of a second off that. Look at this, the top three are now, top four, I would say, are starting to break away. Duke is at the far side of the race set, but still out of DRS range now of Nameless. This is where it's going to get very feisty indeed. I'm sure it's I think it was one of the blue cars in the background getting very feisty then. Irvine has got lost out as Tory is, someone's off the circuit. Who is it? It's Mr. Raging Bull. I think that Mr. Raging Bull made the wrong strategical call, as did Hings as well on the hard tyres. Gordo takes the lead, then gets him past the Flippy. Nameless is now up into 10th position, make that 9th now, as yes indeed, the Nameless is up into 9th position on those soft tyres. Irvine's got a penalty, but a strong race there for both Ferrari drivers tonight. Oh gosh, my word, this is absolutely redonkulous. Incredible car control out there from all drivers, impressive stuff indeed. Oh my gosh, and here comes Camaro, and he's through, passes Riley, and I'm doing for emphasis that Riley ain't going to care too much then, because Riley's got a 3 second, Camaro Racer's got a 3 second penalty at the moment, and Riley just wants to stick with him. It's very difficult to get out of DRS range here. Farfus actually found a bit of a new life in those tyres. Kean is about 2 seconds back. There's Kean in the background, along with May ran off RT beat Nameless, and then we've got Irvine and Tory, I was going to say Troy then, all over everyone's gearbox, and Duke is now in 12th position there. So it is not looking too well for Duke at the moment. Gordon needs to be second on the last lap, says Serious Russia there. And this is where, remember in bronze all those years ago then, between Brooksy, between Kiki, and between Jay Hings there, it was very much a thinking man's championship there. It was all about positioning your car and a bit of DRS, DRS chicken. We might have some of that here tonight as well. One of the best seasons in ALR history, that season 7, I think it was, of bronze. Goodness gracious me, all those moons ago. Lap 18 out of 22 then. So Gordo still leads and Flippy's still second then, with third position is Camera Racer, who I think might throw caution to the wind at this moment in time, because he will not be on the podium as if the checkered flag falls now. One retirement so far, that is Bescher, that horrific shunt there between himself and Marsky. Marsky down in 40th position there, Bescher out of the Grand Prix. The shunt was very reminiscent there as Flippy is retaking the lead. There he is, we're just watching May run off, getting past Kian and up into 6th position there. Jay Hings has got a penalty. I think that's frustration for the second Red Bull driver. R2 beating 8th position, Nameless in 9th there, and 10th position is Irvine. The fast tires are getting better now. The other side pods has come off. Goodness gracious me. Farf been very robust tonight, hasn't he? Which is always entertaining. There's never a dull race when Farf is involved. As we go through Blanchimont on board with Camaro. Camaro is didn't like that comment. They're on board with Camaro at the moment. As you can see there, we've got lovely sunshine as well. Of course, those dark clouds, I think, have come and gone. So I don't think we're expecting any more rain. Look at Flippy. He's trying to really push on now. He is really pushing on, and he wants to get out of DRS's, out of Gordo's DRS. And Gordo drove a superlative Grand Prix in that Ferrari tonight. And can Gordo, but this is crucial now because Gordo cannot fall out of the DRS range of Flippy. Otherwise, he's going to be a sit and duck up there. Here comes Gordo, who's absolutely flying through Blanchimont up into the run up to the bus stop chicane. Then, as you can see, then it might be a bit damp offline there. Oh, Gordo! Then I think that did Camera Racer and Gordo have contact there? I'm not sure, but Camera's back on circuit now. And unfortunately for Camera Racer, I'm not sure if Gordo and him made contact there. I thought the Gordo may have slipped on something there, but unfortunately, I reckon that either Gordo slipped and Camera Racer was an innocent party, or there is contact between the two cars. Going through Eau Rouge and Radion once again. Kaida's got now a 3 second penalty. Kaida dropping down to 18th position now, sadly. Back on board with Gordo then. And look at Farf, he's now out of DRS range, which means may run off. It's going to be licking his lips head as we got a McLaren ammunition. That is Kiki again, and disappointment for Kiki as Camera Racer dropping down to 9th position. Now look at Irvine. Irvine, who's got the two two Alpines there, isn't it? There's Tory and Duke then, who's got him for company as well. As Irvine now is far. Look at that! And Tory diving up the inside. And my goodness me, I'm not sure, Fad. Look at this as Irvine squeezing Tory off the road there. Oh my word there, of course. That's not really a traditional overtaking opportunity, is it? And Duke is through number 2, 11 finish, and Tory dropping down into 12. I think both drivers got very robust there. We'll get the double bubble, says Serious Mushroom. Camera race will after issues outside. The driver of the day vote is out then. I've got to say, stick with it, because I must say, I think that any one of those four can get it. Flippy, Gordo, Lewis, and R2B. And May Roloff is off the circuit, and it's far. I didn't see what happened there. The car, Kean, he's going through. He is he? He's alongside Farf, and he goes through, passes Farf, and moves up into fourth position now. Here comes May Roloff as well, but Farf is never finished. He's going to go for it. He has a look. But I think the soft tyres out is not going to allow Farf then to go for those Farf lunges. And now May Roloff is over to fifth position there. But of course, Farf has not finished. He's never finished, is he, Farf? Is it not until that checkered flag is waved then. 3 laps to go. Gordo leads. Flippy second. Third position is Riley. And at the moment, Serious Mushrooms, at the moment now, it's good news for Gordo, because I think that, hang on a minute, I think I got my laps wrong. Let me get me men to a riff. I'll sorted that later on then. Sadly, Serious Mushroom typed that a little too late then, when Cameron Reith was on a fine bit of battle. Now he's through. Flippy takes the lead. There he is, and Flippy cuts across Gordo going into Lake Com. And then we've got Riley in third position. Great drive from Riley. He's also my driver of the day as well. How could I have more than one driver today? Shameful. And Nameless then, oh dear, this is going to be a difficult day for Nameless, isn't it? It's Kian as now outscoring Nameless by quite some, it's Nameless having a steer for Cameron Racer, but full better of it. As Pimp's arriving, and there he is. He's in 7th position. RTB is, and of course, no penalty steering for Pimp. And I think the far soft tyres are starting to struggle. Mayran and Keane are going to be fine for 4th position there. They are a second and a half back then. Farf is going to be a major factor then at the moment. So at the moment, I think that Gordo may want to stay behind here, and Riley as well. I reckon that Riley and Gordo, as long as they stay in DRS, they can stick behind Flippy and maybe overtake him on the last lap potentially. But of course, that's easier said than done. And Riley actually may want to take Gordo now, and then he might be able to launch himself a final lap attack on Flippy then, potentially. But of course, the drivers probably are very aware of that. Duke has got past Nameless. Nameless has dropped down there. What's happened there to Nameless? And then we've got Irvine and Tory having another go. Oh no, Riley's got a 3-second penalty. That is, I think Riley's going to be absolutely furious with himself with that one. Tory on the curb there. Goodness me, that's not going to have the under tray of the car. So going into last source again then. Look at Nameless. Looking into his wing mirrors here. Coming out of last source. He'll have DRS then for the second to last lap around here. Wow, incredible stuff indeed. And I've got sweat patches under my boobs. That's not good, is it? Flippy then coming over the brow of the hill then. And here comes Gordo. I think that Riley then will now be throwing caution to the way. Here comes Riley. And that's not in the script. And Riley takes the lead. And I think that Gordo's going to try and get second position. No, not quite to the top of the hill in Lake Hom. Wow, incredible. And look, May Runoff has got past Kian as well, and up into fourth position there. Oh my word, then this is going to be edge of your seat stuff now, isn't it? Sixth position is R2B, who has now got past the Pimp, has got past Far. Camera Racer then is Camera Racer and Far. This is always going to be intriguing, isn't it? Duke in 9th, 10th is Nameless. Tory in 11th with Irvine in 12th position there, as there are the penalties at the moment. Sadly for Tory, I think those penalties are going to harm him in this one in terms of getting points. A camera on the outside. Farf is not going to allow that. Surely he doesn't allow that. Oh my gosh. Oh my word. Farfed was never going to allow that. Both drivers have got the same amount of penalties, so they have to so Camera has to overtake and Farf has to keep Camera back there if they want to finish in front of each other. Here comes Camera again then. Farfed gives him just about a Mercedes cars with him. He's coming through Blanchimont and he is through. And up to 7 for this, there goes Camera. Farfed, I don't think now he's going to take that lion down, is he? He never does. There's Farf here. Of course, in his 130th Grand Prix start, whilst Camera Racer is only 40 behind him on his 90th Grand Prix start as well. Two of the most experienced drivers in ALR Silver are going to go head to Look, Miranov and Kian, I can't even say them, are now in the DRS of this, and we're on the last lap then. Oh my word, then one more tour around Belgium then, of course, the best race circuit in the world as they fly past you once again. One action-packed Grand Prix. Start off with absolutely appalling conditions on board with Gordo. Look at Gordo. Gordo, he's got nowhere to go, hasn't he? Gordo hasn't he? He's got to be on the grass. He is on the grass, and we're going wheel to wheel. The top of the lane come there, and Flippy cuts across, and there's a crucial part of this race, and then Flippy takes the lead. Gordo's second, Flippy down to third. And Keane is now in fourth, Ben, and on course for a podium. Blimey O'Reilly, says Sarah's Bishop, as my word there. As what is Gordo got anything left, Ben, in the ERS deployment battery? I don't think he has. Unfortunately, for Gordo's point of view, Duke all over the back of Farfet. Flippy has got 4/10 per second gap then. Riley, unfortunately, that 3-second penalty is going to cost him a podium here. Kean is potentially going to be on the podium there and salvaging what was seemed like a very unsalvageable situation. Riley having a look there. Kiki is sent the fast on the race, trying to get that fast as that point there for the McLaren team, but sadly again for McLaren it is not going too well, is it? Feels like the McLaren of the early start of 2022 and 2023 for Kiki and Nigel at the moment. They just can't get that car working, sadly. Flippy then, who of course got his race taken away from him last week there, albeit that I think it was quite a fair penalty in the end then. Well, of course I'm going to say that because Smith, you're my team. No, Kean's got a 3-second penalty. That's going to harm Kean's position today and potentially his championship chances out of the bus stop for the 22nd and final time. And Flippy wins his first Grand Prix. Can he keep it this time? He has done it. He wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Farf is in the wars, and Farf has been spun around the banks of the bus stop, and no points for Farf's efforts today. Oh my goodness gracious me. Wow, what an absolutely incredible race that was there. My word. Gosh. Flippy win. This is his first Grand Prix win. He won last week, but today is Flippy's day then. As a punch in the air with Gordo. What a drive to second for Gordo. Gordo is back on the main stage then. And Mayranov in third position. Great drive from Mayranov. R2B up into fourth. That's a great drive for the Aston Martin team. And of course for R2B as well. Kian, that very second penalty, a couple of corners from home. That's going to cost him with Riley with a 3-second penalty, a couple of laps from home. Nameless salvages 7th with 8th finish. Duke 9th is Irvine. Camera completes the top 10. Marsky just outside the points of length with reflections. Jay Hings then Farf in 14th. Mr. Rachel Ball, Kaidal. Torrey was somewhere in 15th or 14th finish. Then we've got the two McLarens that just coming through as well. GG Flippy, give me door of the day, says Gordo. Finally getting there, congratulations Flippy. That was good. That then Gordo, 75% of the vote, then absolutely superb. To be honest, I think there's Flippy then would be overjoyed with this result. I'm sure of it. My word. To be honest, where's my poof gone? Oh, there it is. And let me just perch on this a minute. My word. I'm trying to find my slippers, but one's over there, but I can't find the other one, which ain't idea. But Flippy ain't going to care about my slippers. What he cares about is top spot then, and Flippy shaking the hands of the dignitaries, and he lofts the trophy in the air. And it's a first Grand Prix win there for Flippy here tonight, and what a way he earned it. And Flippy is surely in the championship hunt. Surely he has to be a part of the conversation. He certainly is for me then, as Gordo finishes a fantastic second, and Mayran getting some major points. And of course, I think he only scored 5 up until this point. Now he's back in the now he's got back into the major points. Then Flippy, first Grand Prix win of his career. Second position is Gordo with Mayran in third position. R2 beat, great drive to fourth. Kian, that 3-second penalty cost him podium. Sixth position for Riley, Nameless in seventh, with Duke in eighth, Irvine ninth, and 10th position Camero. Marsky, Reflections, Jay Hings, Farf, Mr. Raging Bull, and then I think it was Torrey, then it was Kaidal, followed by Kiki, who got fast up, followed by Nigel. One retirement in that race, which was Vessier, after a collision with himself and Marsky, unfortunately. Right, off to punch my parrot. GG, Silver. Goodness gracious me, sir. I hope that's not a euphemism there either. I'm not going to touch this laptop then, so let's go to the podium celebration, shall we? And I think I got Gordo in the Cubs box. I have indeed then. Gordo, you've announced yourself back onto the main stage, good and proper, then, and get on the podium as well tonight there. But firstly, that tyre strategy right at the beginning was absolutely sensational.
Yeah, it worked quite well. Um, I suppose they look good, but the amount of times I've tried something like that and it hasn't worked, I suppose the laws of averages, whatever, say at some point it's going to. But yeah, it went very well. Tried it last week, uh, but the opposite way around, and it didn't go well. But yeah, it feels good when it does. Yeah.
When you was on the grid there and everyone else was on the wet tyres, apart from, I think Duke was also on the intermediates as well, was you concerned that you may have got this wrong then, or was you thinking there's not much to lose?
Uh, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I'd viewed this season, possibly still do, as a bit of write-off the way the start had went. So I wasn't overly bothered. Actually, I suppose it excited me a wee bit more knowing that there was only one other that had went for the same strategy. So it was probably yeah, help was better than it was worse.
And you talked about this season and how it's been a bit difficult to start the season. How difficult has it been? Because you're a driver with a lot of accolades in the ALR, a Grand Prix wins, podiums has kind of come second nature, really. But how difficult is it to keep yourself motivated for this season? And was there any doubts that you may have lost something?
Yeah, it is difficult knowing that. I mean, the quality in this league now is this is probably the best silver I've ever raced in by probably by quite a while, especially like the gap between the middle and the top's really low but really quick. Um, but no, what was the question? Sorry.
No, no, that's all right. And did you have any doubt at all that potentially that you lost a bit of pace and you might not be able to get that back?
Yeah, probably. I think one of my main, I've never particularly been that quick, but consistent and managed to stay out of instance, and I've struggled to do that this season, so that has made me think at times, am I just not that quick? Is that just how I've done quite well in the past? But no, I think, um, yeah, it's been tough. But I still quite enjoy doing it, I suppose. And I've had seasons in the past where I've been uh, struggling a bit more, so I'm used to it, I suppose.
But today you announced yourself back with first podium of the season there, and maybe it might have been the strategical call that got you in that. But then you was fighting at the top and potentially fighting for a Grand Prix win, and I must say you look like that you belong there. So do you feel now then that this is now a turning point in your season and potentially like starting to get yourself back into the higher echelons of the results and the points?
Hope so. um, but I think it's Zandvoort next week, which I've always struggled with, so I could very quickly kill the momentum if that goes wrong. But hopefully another decent result, then yeah, it might be a wee bit of a upturn in form, hopefully.
And what is your and what are you thinking about for the end of the season? And what would be a good season for you? Another podium potentially? You happy with this podium, or do you feel that it's still is there still more to come for you this season?
Yeah, I'd say I want ideally another couple of podiums. Don't know if I'd expect that, but it would certainly be nice. Obviously, I mean the quality of the now, I highly doubt a win looks very unlikely, but you never know. So just yeah, just to get better results, finish more, even more fourth, fifth, sixth. That would do more than what's going on now.
Really good stuff today. Well done, Gordo. And driver of the day as well. That's
Cheers.
absolutely splendid
Oh
stuff.
well, bonus points for
Yeah, why not? Just don't tell Smithy.
it.
Thank you very much, Gordo. Brilliant stuff indeed. Yeah, I was going to ask if RTP wants to have a chat, but he's decided to leave. But I think the Flippy is in the party, and Flippy, I must say, does this feel a bit like? Is this a bit like? I don't know what the word is now, but after losing your Grand Prix win last week, then do you feel that I deserve this one, or can you, or do you still think look back and think, oh, that win last week, I should have kept it?
Nah, that win last week was never keepable. Is that a word for me? Because my mistake in qualifying, of course. But yeah, this week's win is somewhat. I think coming into the race, I had so much confidence because I think Dynamo isn't racing today, and I need to get like at least maybe a P2 or a win to cut down that championship gap to maybe have a chance or be in contention for the driver championship, which is what I did, and I'm happy with what I did today. The race itself went really good. The safety car kind of saved me because I underfilled the car, and yeah, everything just went to plan, and yeah, I'll take the win today.
That's very gracious of you. I would be up in arms if someone stole my win. But in terms of today, when you said the safety car saved you, do you want to elaborate on that a bit more? What was going through your head when before that safety car was coming out?
Because I underfilled my car at the start. I thought it was raining, so I've kind of put like I think it was zero point 0.3, zero point 0.4 less fuel into the car. So I kind of was lifting coasting on the part where enters were faster and I was on wets. So yeah, the safety car came out and then yeah, obviously the fuel just went back up and the fuel worry just went away. And yeah, for the tires as well, it helped as well for the tires because obviously it went to dry afterwards.
And at the start, did you know if anyone was on the intermediate tires? You may have knew about Duke on intermediate tires, but did you know about Gordo on intermediate tires? And was you concerned at that stage?
Yeah, I saw two drivers on Inters at the start before the race start on race director, but yeah, I was always gonna go on wets because I knew I wouldn't keep it on the road or at least comfortably keep it on the road on Inters at the conditions at the start. So yeah, it was always wet and just try to stay out as long as possible and potentially into the dry states part of the race, which is what I did. So yeah.
And then, of course, you had an incredible battle with yourself, Gordo, and I think Riley was in there as well before that 3 second penalty. How difficult was that to keep your cool? Because in the comments, I was reading Serious Mushroom and a couple of other drivers were saying then, oh, but if Gordo stays behind until the last lap, or if yourself stays behind until the last lap, you got this race won. Can you think that during the race then, or is it just about keeping track position?
For me, it was just staying in P2 up the train, because obviously I think my wings were just similar to the rest of the pack. So if I basically with P2 basically on the race, as Sirius Mushroom said in the chat. So yeah, I was just. I think Riley did a double overtake on one of the laps towards the end, which is good for me as well, because I went to the same P2, of course. And yeah, on the last lap, I just got past with the RS and just went on for the rest of the lap. And until the sector 3, I just burned all the battery.
And we heard Gordo mention that he's a bit worried about Zandvoort next week. I reckon it might be a double bluff. But what about you feeling for next week in Zandvoort? You won it on track last week, then you won this week. And my goodness me, you've certainly got the momentum in the bit between your teeth ends. So another win next week in Zandvoort?
Yeah, confidence wise, I'm never like really, really confident before like a week before the race. I'll see how my prep goes and decide like what I should aim for in the race. But Sandorf normally is like decent track for me, not as good as Silverstone and Spa, of course, because I like those tracks a lot. And but yeah, Sandor is not the worst, and we'll see next week, I guess.
Brilliant stuff. Well done today, Gordo. Great drive for driver of the day. And Flippy getting his first win, and of course, technically a second win on track then. Brilliant stuff indeed. And that's going to be it for Belgium tonight. What a race that was. We had all 3 or 4 seasons. The only thing we didn't have actually was snow, wasn't it? Tomorrow night it is bronze action then. And my goodness me, then Luke currently has quite a nice lead in bronze then, but they're all cliffing at his heels. And Dan 20 points further adrift. But Dynamo Dan is only 48 points adrift as well. It's getting very tense in bronze then. We'll see you tomorrow night, and hopefully I will survive more than one lap through Eau Rouge and Radion. But until then, it is goodbye. Thank you very much.